How is it?
That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think that's all good. That's my notebook. I need.
Okay.
This you want? You think you're all set?
Yeah.
Should we leave this back?
Yeah, yeah. So Claire will be here somewhere in this text.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Claire.
You want
See
to
ya.
close the door?
No, actually, it's fine open, I think.
Yeah, we can close it if it gets noisy, but now it's open. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Good, good. I feel like I sense beyond myself, some sort of rush coming into the room, but it's always a little bit bothersome. You look like you were in a rush. I'm always in a rush when I get here because I can't find parking.
Yeah.
It gets my heart rate up.
Yeah. What? Right. Yeah.
I think it's partially because we have such good weather today, that a lot of people want to be walking around and visiting in campus.
As shoes are probably getting.
Yeah. So it's actually much better for me when it's terrible weather. Everybody stays home.
Well, I thought that she wanted to start at 5. So I thought that we need to like 6:30, but we have it though for an extra 30 minutes at the beginning so we can start setting up that.
We could just tell her 5:30.
Okay.
I just, I was checking there.
I'm Emma.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Yeah, I got your email.
Okay,
today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, we are broadcasting live to YouTube, so if you don't want to be filmed, if you could sit here or probably here.
And then
Okay.
Yeah, and then this is area is what's gonna get shot, so.
Okay. So if I should I sit here?
It's up to you.
The link
Yeah.
is available to our other group members
Mhm.
who aren't able to like come in person,
Yeah.
and so it just keeps them involved.
Okay.
And yeah, so they're the only people we give the link out to, although the video is publicly searchable.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just up to you.
Okay. Perfect.
What year are you in?
I'm a freshman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Marion.
Yeah. So she was my teacher last semester.
Oh, great.
Yeah. She was really nice.
Very cool.
What's your name?
I'm Emma.
Emma. Hi, I'm Lauren.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Jay, by the way. So
Hi.
I forgot to introduce myself.
I am Ashley.
Hi.
I also worked at the Thompson Writing Program
Yeah.
for a time. That's how I met Marion.
Mhm.
And then the advising and virtual group. is
Yeah.
here.
And then they talk to you via email, so.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you wrote to me because it's very easy to add people to this. So.
Yeah. Yeah. She told me to email you. So yeah.
Oh, great. Are you gonna put the minutes up there later?
Yeah. So I can either. So I was thinking we could put the hangout up if anybody ends up joining. If nobody ends up joining, I could just leave the minutes up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Although I would have to periodically check and make sure the frame is still okay.
Yeah.
But
Would you like me to take notes on the minutes again?
yeah, if you wouldn't mind, yeah, that was great last meeting.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's
Do you know if Marion's coming or she's in the?
I have not spoken to her this week.
Okay.
I know last week she was in Hillsborough. For Pittsburgh, one of those. And it just extended longer than she expected.
Okay.
But I hope she'll join us this time.
Oh, I did talk to her after bottom dollars and told her, well, you're thinking you're gonna be our new advisor. She said, I kind of figured that and I'm ready. So
Yeah.
and that was the
Wow.
next step.
It's important just to lock her in.
I know.
All right. So I guess, are we ready to take?
We can just start, and then whoever happens to come in will come in.
Okay.
Emma, have you had a chance to see any of our minutes?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have them up here.
I can. Yeah.
And if you have your own device,
Yeah.
share the minutes. with
Yeah,
you.
it's all. It's everything is in that email chain.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
What are the minutes?
It just like notes from each
Okay.
meeting, and that's
So like as
since we're gonna be following up on
Yeah,
past
yeah.
conversations.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that the frame is still set. Okay, yeah, we are good. So I can see you, Ashley, and then I can also see Cookies and yeah, it's up there. So,
nice.
all right.
Actually, I'm gonna post the YouTube link to the Facebook page. as well.
Okay, you might want to post the Hangout link because if with the Hangout link, people can join us in real time. So that would be ideal, obviously.
Where's
Oh.
the hangout link?
So I just sent it out like just a minute ago.
Okay.
Because I only can send it out once I actually start broadcasting.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
yeah.
In the meantime, if anyone's just waiting around, I just posted in the minute notes some suggestions from our presenter for next week.
Okay.
That gave us a working title and some info about how to advertise that we can build on. She, with her use of emojis, sounds like she's very willing for us to tweak and sell it however we like.
So anyway, let's go in order. And I was gonna edit that, but I'll come back to that later. So I wanted to start off just by letting you guys know that I did go to Dan Ellison's event on last Tuesday,
Oh, cool.
and I got to hear Betsy Ludwig speak. She is the executive director of Arts Access Inc. And so she kind of talked about what they do and like. She also kind of talked about it more in general, like models and the models with which society thinks about people with disabilities, and like just generally she talked generally about awareness and then also about her organization more specifically. Basically, so Arts Access Inc. Tries to increase arts access for people with disabilities in the community. They do a lot of different things, like they help artists with disabilities get recognized and like put on shows and things. They help people with disabilities get like music lessons and that sort of thing. Or like if there's like some arts organization that is not accessible, they also go in and they give tips to those organizations and that sort of thing. So yeah, they do a lot of different things. And I think probably the most relevant thing to DDA is she said that she would be willing to speak or present for us specifically.
Sorry.
Go on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
never happened before. Okay.
Yeah, she said she'd be willing to present or speak at an event sponsored by our organization in the future if we'd like to do that.
Oh, cool.
And so she said we would have to pay her, obviously, but I think yeah. So and she said she would send me some get passed out in class, so I need to follow up with her about that. So I'll have to do that soon.
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
We might have multiple speakers at this point who have expressed willingness to come to events.
Yeah.
I think we should have a separate list of these.
So I did create a Disability Awareness Week planning document, which is linked all the way down at the bottom of the first page there. I didn't advertise. I didn't put it in the email yet because I didn't want to give everybody way too many links, but it is in our meeting minutes document. So
Is it from last week or just the very bottom?
it's where it says from this meeting, like it says Disability Awareness Week at the bottom, and it's got
I see.
ideas thus far planning document. Yeah.
So the other person I'm thinking of was recommended to us by Dave Woodstrom. She's based in Charlotte right now,
Yeah.
and we weren't able to get her on board for the bottom dollars panel that we had. But I asked her just generally, would you be willing to come in the future if we were, again, able to cover her speaking fee?
Yeah.
And to give her some travel support.
Yeah.
And she said yes for like, long term next year or something.
Who is this? What's her role?
She works at a
It's in Center for Independent
Center for Independent Living in Charlotte.
Okay.
And the center in Raleigh at the executive director there highly recommended her. So the leader in Raleigh considers the one in Charlotte like a mentor. And so just a natural ally for our
Okay.
group.
So could we write that person's name in the planning document?
Yeah.
Maybe. What do you think? Okay, great.
Susan. Okay, yes, I will do that as we go on.
Okay, great.
I think it's Julia Sin.
Singing.
I have it.
About arts access, I just have a question. This is the same thing that we were talking about last meeting about making the audio captions to works of art.
Yeah.
Is that how
So it's not exactly the reason I went is because Mr. Ellison said that he was going to have Miss Ludwig there. I also talked to I did also talk to Mr. Ellison about the possibility of us having some sort of audio descriptioning event or something like that. I didn't really discuss too many specifics with him, but I did mention that to him. So hopefully then in the future we can communicate more about that. Yeah, but that's basically what I got out of that event. So.
Yeah, I do those. It's only view access.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I can. Oh, wait. Anyone with the link can. Really? Anyone with the link can edit. Let me. Copy link. I will. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Wrong document. Oh yeah, there it goes. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm just pasting.
I know it's very confusing.
I can edit.
Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool. So that's
Oh, you're right in.
Yeah, sorry.
You got it.
okay. So that is that part. So the next thing, obviously, on our list is the event with Catherine Slager. So I think the first thing is, do we have a digital flyer yet?
So Dr. First, let me get you up to speed. I think we should want to introduce yourself and kind of what made you interested in being a part of DDA?
Yeah, well, I took the Writing 101, like disability and representation last semester with Professor Kurichi. So that's sort of like, and she talked about this alliance group forming. So I thought like I was really interested in the class about sort of enjoying this.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So this event that we're doing that's coming up next Monday is there's this advocacy organization called Disability Rights North Carolina. It's based in Raleigh, and there are essentially multiple of these organizations nationwide or in like all the U.S. territories. It's a legal advocacy group. They fight for rights of disabilities. And Catherine, is she like the communications director? Or she's like an attorney or what's her title again?
Her title should be in that bio that I posted.
She is a public interest attorney.
There we go. All right. So she works there, and we wanted to collaborate with this organization to have her kind of talk a bit about disability rights, her work in like with working with disability rights as another form of like how people can work in the human rights industry, and or if anyone is interested in what people who work in protection advocacy do, this is like a way to get information and such. There's not a lot of people know about this. But that's just a little bit to catch you up to speed.
Okay. Great.
Also, to answer your question, so I did get back with Nelson. She said that she is midterms are coming up, so it is kind of midterm season, so she's not entirely sure. She asked when we would need it by, and I told her she could have it by like this weekend. She hasn't get back to me yet. So
For a flyer.
yeah, for a flyer.
Okay, in that case, let me ask someone I know who does design.
Oh, okay.
And, let's see.
Okay.
So we can hammer out the title today
Okay.
and the blurb, and make sure we have information, and maybe I can get that by this evening.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I want to at least get it out by the Facebook event, either out by this evening, if not at least tomorrow. So there's like a whole week. And if work comes to us, I've been learning English, so I can do it too.
Well, what do you think about titles?
So,
Say suggested working title that I copied.
Can we look actually at those bullet points and what she said before we move on with the content? I feel like looking at what she wrote back
Yeah,
to us would
okay.
probably help.
Yeah, what I wrote to her was essentially bullet points that said, what time should the event start?
Yeah.
What can we do for the title? But I'll copy it right now as soon as I find it.
That title actually that working title seems pretty good, I think.
You mean the one
Simple.
she provided?
The Disability Advocacy 101.
that was me.
Oh, that was you? Oh, I mean, yeah, it's simple.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets to the point. I had to come up with something when I was reserving for the room. So I was like, what can I do that's like, what is it that they do? Advocacy, do this. But obviously we can change it too if need be.
So last week, some of the themes that came up were like social justice type things to hopefully like draw in other people who are interested in other forms of social justice.
Okay.
So some of the catchwords we had were oppression and ableism. I sent this to Catherine, and that's when she wrote in reply. She says, tweak it any way you want, but she had suggested the ADA and civil rights. What does that actually mean in higher ed and beyond?
Ooh. The ADA and civil rights.
So I actually like that title a lot.
I like that better too.
I was thinking maybe we could just say implications instead of that, what I highlighted up there.
Which part?
So instead of what does that actually mean, we could just say implications. Yeah, just shorten it just a little bit.
Shorter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once you add civil rights, you are not limiting it to just one thing.
Are people gonna know what the ADA is, or should we spell it out for them? I don't know what we should.
The short title should have the acronym. The blurb below it should have the full title.
American Disabilities Act. Yeah.
So yeah, in the blurb we mentioned okay.
And we can still celebrate 25-ish years passing
Yeah.
since the ADA.
27 now, yeah.
Almost 27.
Yeah,
Up
well,
until like
26 and a half. Yeah.
December, people were celebrating 25 years, but there's sometimes the anniversaries can be catchy.
Yeah.
25 plus.
Yeah.
25 plus, yeah, 25 plus years.
The extra years until we hit 30. Yeah, I mean, God.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, I do the same thing. Maybe.
I like that.
Is it right if I move that up under event description?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so content as well.
Content. So this, like I said, this, what I had right here in the italics, that was just what I put when reserving the blue. But feel free to change it because it seems like she might be doing it from a different perspective, which is totally fine. So I just want to make sure that I get this, but also so that, you know, it's catchy too, and it can be good for students.
I think it sounds great, and I love the questions at the beginning to draw people in. I just want to make sure that what we say the event is meant to gear students and faculty to learn more about what types of careers they can pursue. Can we deliver on that? So
Yeah.
I just want to look closely at her response below.
Yeah, good point.
I'm wondering if I should just have the meeting minutes up or have people's faces up there.
Do I not have minutes right now? Yeah.
Well, because,
You mean for the broadcast?
yeah, for the broad, yeah.
I feel like the meeting minutes might be more helpful
Okay.
for the broadcast. And
Yeah,
seeing our
'cause-
faces in
yeah.
our
I
computers.
think so.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that then. There we go.
Awesome. There we go.
So then the frame doesn't even matter. I can just do whatever. Sorry, sorry about that. So,
Individual student bites, rather than individual or invites that have been shown as a video of sit-ins that happen that led to the videos. We have access to free.
Those are really awesome videos.
Yeah.
It's,
I would love to learn more of the history. I know nothing about
Yeah.
the fight to get ADA pass.
So the first like big stage of that fight was the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, Section 504.
504, yeah.
And in order to get it signed, this group of really daring, determined activists, a lot of wheelchair users, occupied a government building and took it over for weeks at a time.
I remember that,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they like the government
Was
like building
Yeah.
cut the phone lines. They couldn't really communicate
Yeah.
with the people supporting them, but they just kept at it, like
And then
singing songs,
the-
taking showers in the sinks.
Yeah. and then I believe the Black Panthers were actually helping those people who were occupying the building by giving them food and blankets and things.
I would love
Wow.
So
to.
it's a pretty cool story
Yeah.
from what I remember.
That's just a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, how many people know about the story?
I don't think a
How
lot
many
of
people know ADA?
I don't think a lot of
Not
people
many.
do.
No, this could be good to like advertise too for the history department. You know, the history department and obviously the human rights center here. So
That is a good point. Currently, I don't know of anyone in the history department
I know someone in the history department,
who focuses on that.
or not this, but
Oh, okay.
just in general.
Who's your contact? In?
Do you know Sucheta Mazumdar?
wait. Was she a faculty and resident at some point? Is she still
Maybe.
one?
She's just like Asia.
Is
like
she Indian?
yes.
Not
I know.
Sumati?
No.
I know her. She was my faculty
then I
and
think-
resident.
Okay,
in
yeah.
Giles.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so if we want to advertise with them, I
I
could contact her and
She
see. if-
actually knows about DDA because she went to the memorial service for the founder. actually,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Because Megan was a history major, so
Hmm.
she knew her really well.
Cool. So what were you saying? Sorry.
No. So in terms of the blurb on the event, it doesn't look like we can promise, a conversation about the types of careers. You know,
That's-
we're not going to
Yeah,
be able to cover the different
Yeah.
types. We're just showing a sort of one,
Yeah.
one organization, one type of organizations.
Yeah.
Way of tackling ableism and violations of civil rights.
yeah.
So what should we put then in place of that clause there?
So that.
Because really, like, one of the most important things we're trying to do here is like learn about our fundamental civil rights.
Yeah.
And so right now we're looking at editing this thing in italics here. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
So like at least this thing that's highlighted, like editing that part.
So when she says in her presentation, she's going to explain individuals' legal rights. And
Can you say
So I
like,
think we might even be able to take this top part a little more specific as well
Yeah,
and mention, because it sounds like she's also gonna talk about the history of the movement a little bit.
yeah,
So I feel like you should put that somewhere. So is it history, her, and how,
the history
what are rights,
or
how that connects to being in a university? Or how that connects with the university setting? Just given from the title, that's what it sounds.
so the history of the disability civil rights movement.
I think that's definitely a big thing.
Okay.
We'll discuss the history of the civil rights of the. Wait, because this is geared towards disability rights movement for sure. So yeah, so we'll discuss.
so do you say the history of,
Yeah,
just replace that with,
So here.
yeah, the history of disability rights movement. Was she at all going to talk about the protection and advocacy organization or not?
She is.
She is. Okay.
So we have basically some elements here. The history, what has gone on before.
Yeah.
What are people doing about it right now?
Yeah.
And then maybe we could add a future element just to balance it out.
Yeah. So like the
And how
president.
can you self-advocate, or
Yeah.
how can,
Something like that. Okay. So at this point, we'll discuss history. What people are doing now to advocate.
Maybe we don't even need to do it that broad, just say her work.
Yeah. Her work.
So rather than as well as what it's like to work, maybe just like
her work?
comment,
at-
comma,
her work
her work.
at a
yeah.
And then capital, so people know this is a thing.
protection and advocacy.
And then the last little part and whatever we want there.
Yeah.
And how you can advocate for disability rights.
Yeah.
Or how you, yeah,
I think
something
so.
like that.
That works. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, because she did say that she wouldn't be talking specifically about like methods of advocacy, but I guess she would still be talking about more generally like what people can do, I guess, right? Or
Yeah, so her professional specialty is through the legal channels, filing lawsuits. and,
Yeah.
developing, like reaching out to clients. So she's, she'll show us these videos where there's a really strong in the streets advocacy movement in the 1970s up to the 1990s. She can't speak specifically to like protest movements right now, but that's a part of the equation, right? So I think even though she'll only speak to like her experience on the legal side of things, there's still going to be the Q&A section afterwards where we can,
We can ask.
bring into the conversation
Yeah.
some of the ways to build on that,
Yeah.
right? It could be sort of like the bottom dollars conversation we had, where it went from like, what's the situation like, and then it took a turn to what can we do, you
Yeah.
know, more pragmatic program.
Can we mention that in this little blurb, just like presentation followed by Q&A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Catherine would like some guidance from us, or Kat, I should say. She
likes Kat. Okay.
She'd like some guidance from us about the general length of the presentation and the Q&A, and she's asked us to be aware of how long people's attention spans in our academic culture might be.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Maybe.
Should we try for half and half? 20?
I was thinking half and half, but I don't know. Is that enough time for her to speak? Is that too long for Q&A?
I feel like that might be a little too long for Q&A. I feel like actually what we had with the bottom dollars was exceptional. That how the length of that Q&A, and I think partially that was because it was drawing in a lot of community members who already had a lot of knowledge in this.
That's true.
Versus I think this
It's
event
just one.
will have more students attend rather than community members.
Yeah.
But then again, advocacy is a real hot topic given just the
Yeah.
political, environment. So
Should we do like 40-20? Because that way she's gonna have
40-20 is
she's gonna have half an hour to speak and then 10 minutes to show videos or something like that.
I
So
think
like,
That's
40-20
true.
sounds good.
Yeah.
We can also just suggest it to her, if she only has a 30-minute presentation, she'll tell us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also no
So-
harm in ending it
Yeah.
early too.
So I will respond to her and say, we were thinking 40-20, but
Yeah.
tell us, like maybe shortly before the event, she can tell us what the exact timing is. But we'll
Yeah.
assume it's gonna be something like
Yeah.
between an hour and an hour and a half total.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
Um,
how long do we have when do we have the room reserved for?
We have a reserved from 5, but it's a 30-minute setup. So it technically starts at 5:30.
Okay, so
But
we
it-
only
it-
really have an hour, or how?
Yeah, like the whole event is just an hour.
Okay.
The whole event is an hour. And then we have,
So I apologize. You said the room reservation starts at 5.
starts at 5 for setup.
Okay. And then could we do an event start at 5:30 then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to make sure I have all of this correct with the
Yeah.
flyer.
And
So
then,
5:30 to 6:30 is our presentation and Q&A.
and then for the room, we have to pick up, excuse me. We have to pick up the key from the Perkins Center at the bottom floor, because they only let you in with the key. So we can go pick that up.
What is the room?
The room is, I have it here. That's crazy.
Do you have any input, Emma, on like the 40-20 thing, especially? I think that's really important that we work that out.
Like the timing.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good breakdown because you don't want people to get the question to get redundant and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I have it here. It's for room, it's Rubenstein, 349,
349.
and it's called the Breed Love Conference
Oh,
Room.
yeah.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah, we have a lot of events there. This room would be good for
Should we put that in the blurb?
Which
Yeah.
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 And then conference space policy. And it says, at the time of the event, you may check out the conference room key from the Perkins service desk located at the entrance of Perkins. And then it has AV equipment there. Wonder, because they said if you want a tech or AV guy there ahead of time to request it ahead of time. So I don't know if
Was there a link through your reservation to request?
there should have been.
And then we'll just plan on making sure we have maybe a backup way to get her presentation. like an email and a flash drive. Sorry, what was the number?
We love conference.
How many people are you planning on have attend?
It's,
Rubenstein 349. Awesome.
it's a tough thing to predict.
Yeah.
we're not quite sure who this is going to appeal to.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to put it on the Duke event calendar.
Mhm.
Once we have the flyer, we can send it around to different departments.
So you're planning on 25 though. I think that's a number that we had floated in the past.
For the room reservation,
Yeah.
25 is ideal for that room.
Yeah.
It will still feel fine with fewer, and we can bring in additional chairs. The room's actually, the table itself is kind of this size, and the room is a little bit bigger.
Okay.
So it can accommodate like, anywhere from 6 to 30, I feel like.
Let me just, so I have Trinity Technology Services here and the info.
Lauren, what do you think about mentioning something about ASL and the blur?
Yeah.
We won't have we haven't discussed having an interpreter, but it says Kat sent us a bio and she says that she's fairly comfortable conversing in ASL.
Mm-hmm.
So at least she would be able to
do
speak
it.
in the Q&A.
Yeah,
I don't know if she can give a presentation and sign at the same time.
ask her if she wants a backup person, because there's still like, we got 2 sign language interpreters like 1 day before bottom dollars.
Oh, okay.
But I'd rather, they said do it ahead of time too, and I got that through
SDAO.
SDAO, yeah,
What's that?
the Student Disability Access Office.
Okay, so.
But ask her to see if she'd want that.
Well, can we just put in the description either way will be, I don't know the correct phrase. Will be
Either way, there will be
translated with ASL or will
there'll be
have-
sign language interpreters for people with for people who need
like how can we put that in a little
People-
tight little
a tight little thing. Just sign language interpreters are there.
We'll be present.
We'll be present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be present.
So the questions for Kat, should we reserve that ASL interpreter, the 40-20 format?
Yeah. Let me see what else I have.
Start time is actually gonna be 5:30.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, yeah, no, it would. I was just looking at it and I thought it said that the tech support would not be available after 5, but that's only on Fridays.
Okay, so just getting another overall look, what do we all think of the blurb right now?
Yeah.
Do we really need the first sentence? I feel like we could either combine the first 2 sentences or just get rid of the first sentence entirely. Because the second sentence just seems like a more specific version of the first sentence.
The only thing would be, people don't know about disability rights, but people know about human rights. So this was to get other people interested in human rights in general too. Like,
How about a list of 3, human rights, disability, and advocacy work?
yeah,
And then we don't really need to mention disability rights movement because that's mentioned just below
just
it.
below it. Yeah, I like that.
Human rights,
Human rights.
disability, advocacy work. What's that?
I think that works. Because I think it then broadens the audience.
Okay.
Also, before we move on from this, I did reach out to Transportation Services about parking for our speaker, and they responded to me saying, "Did you see the
Yeah,
email?"
basically he's gonna need some sort of pass.
But it's only $7.
Oh, that price went up.
Oh, it did?
Well,
Even
or
for the
$8.
box in the box?
I mean, you gotta put this in perspective. I've been here for 7 years. So, okay.
So I was doing my own little research about that.
Yeah.
So it looks like it has an hourly rate of $2, max rate of $12. The only thing is, I'm not sure we could, I'm not sure we could buy that for her, because at that lot, you have to go up to the machine, and do it, I believe. So
Or what about here? There should be a day pass you can get for the Duke parking lots,
I
not
think that's the $8 one.
So then the question is, where would you park? And how would you could tell her where to go?
I think Allen makes sense.
Oh, the Allen.
So
yeah.
these day passes that they could get to Allen Building? I mean, you could park in the Allen lot?
Don't you need a delivery permit to get? I guess not in the Allen.
Not the Allen.
Social side, you need a delivery permit.
Alright, we'll look this up.
$5 is easy because I just gave my boss my queen so fucking fast.
We could
A daily printable permit for $7.
what we could do is we could just figure out and then pay for it ourselves, and we can figure out how to reimburse her later.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to, or like I guess what I was saying is if it's like a machine, she can pay for it and then we can reimburse her. That's what I meant. Because I am gonna see if I can meet with UCAE in general to talk about stuff. Yeah, that's like further down the agenda, but so I could discuss that with them when I meet with them next week. So.
Okay.
So don't do anything more on my part for the moment.
So I guess so if there's a way where if there's like a thing where she can just pay for a ticket, we
I
can
don't
just.
think at Allen lot, but definitely by the BC.
The blind
Yeah.
say yes.
Yeah.
I think that's probably gonna be the easiest way to do it
I
then.
agree.
For
Okay.
her to pay it and then we reimburse her.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'll
what
just
I
plan on
thought.
that
I
then.
thought that's what she would have done. But
So we'll direct her to park at the Bryan Center.
yes.
She doesn't need disability accommodations.
No. I think she's gonna be 9 months pregnant. What if the water breaks during the whole thing?
That would be quite interesting.
It's really very wonderful.
Okay.
So I think I have what I need to communicate with her. And
Okay.
then I have the flyer information.
And then I just kind of have a couple of just ideas. I mean, obviously your husband probably is more.
No, it's helpful, just
Okay.
having any
Yeah,
suggestions
yeah.
for design.
I was thinking color-wise, like with one, you should have the DONC logo.
Okay,
And look at the colors because they're the purple, green, and like white or silver. I think we should stick with that because with bottom dollars we stuck with like the rooted and rights color scheme
okay.
for that. And then put our logo
Our logo.
and then PSG too. The Duke Student Government.
Thank you.
I just found it on the internet.
Oh, and then if you could find a picture of Catherine.
Cat.
I think she has it on her DRNC page.
Oh, nice.
I always like when we do have representations of disability assemble.
Yeah.
They have some really cool ones that don't look like the standard handicap parking ones. The ones where it's applied motion, like someone actually
Yeah.
propelling their
Yeah.
chair, or broken down into like 4 parts, and there's
Yeah.
like one that indicates low hearing or low vision,
Yeah.
and so on.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, please, if anyone comes up with an edit or anything, just let me know
Yeah.
as soon as you can, and then I'll update the
Sounds good.
timeline.
Cool.
Okay,
Any,
there's a picture.
And then also, do you want, with the Facebook event, do you want her bio to be, because her bio can definitely be in the Facebook event too, to then get to know a little bit about her.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then I can link it to that website, the DONC website too.
Okay. Yeah, and then maybe we can brainstorm real quick a few of the places we'll advertise.
Yeah.
If we break that down into,
Yes.
I can put it on the Duke calendar.
Okay.
Since I did that really easily last time.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make sure to put it on Duke Groups, although Duke Groups, who really looks at Duke Groups, but I'll do it just for like precautionary reasons and stuff, just to get it out there.
I can talk to Kevin about East Campus Council.
Okay.
We will want to do some flyers probably.
Yeah. If ever, I know you had trouble with the
My
printing.
printing account. That's right. I
I'm
can't do
sorry.
color printing without it going on out of my own.
I can do. I could do 20 and give you 10.
Yeah, that would be
I can
great.
do that. Not a problem. I have so much money on Flex, so
And so we're sticking to Duke's campus though, right?
this is more of just for Duke's
Yeah.
campus. But faculty, I think, should be welcome to come.
There are institutes at Duke that might be particularly interested, like the Keenan Institute for Ethics.
Yeah, Human Rights Center.
Do you know anyone in Keenan?
Uh-oh.
Was it Gotham in Keenan? Wasn't he involved? I talked to him
Talk
about
to
it.
them.
But we can also go to their webpage, and then they'll usually have like a program coordinator or some sort of, you look at the staff and
Yeah.
whoever looks most like they're related to media, or if it's a small
Yeah.
institute, just email it to the director and ask them to share it with their listserv.
Yeah.
So you said the Human Rights
Human
Center?
Rights. I got it. It's the beginning.
Oh, the Franklin Humanities Institute.
Yeah.
I have a couple of friends that I know who are really into advocacy, one of which did the Allen Building. She was in there. So I can definitely share this with her and see if she has some friends, organizations that would be interested.
Tell her that that reference to Section 504, the Rehabilitation Act, I think that all came out of like a month-long occupation of a government building.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
History department is good.
I can get in touch with my department with history. I'll share it with them.
We have.
Also, maybe Marion's class. She could like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Was Marion going? It was just this really very sweet that they had to like participate in. Like, there wasn't a thing where students had to go to another PDA event.
No, it wasn't.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Is there anything on this list?
Does somebody want to reach out to Marion just so we don't rely on her having to look at this of the notes? I don't know.
Yeah,
I could do it, I guess, or if you wanna, I don't know if,
I can email her. Since
Okay.
I'll
okay.
be, yeah.
I don't think what else.
We can add to this list as we go. So in terms of timing, like we can send out an initial email as soon as we have an image of the flyer, and then a reminder email
Yeah.
shortly before.
Yeah.
So we can add to this later.
Didn't Danielle say Students Against Sweatshops? She had a connection.
Yeah, I guess I was hoping she's gonna be here today.
Yeah.
Well, we
But-
can be able to communicate on email once we have,
Yeah.
one email that has all this information, make it as easy as possible for people to share. And then start
Okay.
that.
That's a good list.
Yeah, this is a good list so far.
Oh, and I forget her name, but where this event was like, she's like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do.
Kathy Choi, I know.
Yes, if she has anyone else she knows, because she's really into this. I don't know if she has friends or
Yeah.
professors or something.
Yeah, okay,
That would
okay.
be good, yeah.
Just because it seems
I
like
can
it's a
message her.
wheelhouse. She probably knows other people.
Yeah.
Interested.
Right, we'll talk about that.
What was her name again?
Kathy,
Kathy.
I will I'll just put her on the list, I guess.
this is a really good, a good blog because it's short. And yeah, let's go with this.
Okay. So the next thing I had on the agenda was Disability Awareness Week. And so the main things I wanted to talk about were, one, I made that planning document so we can start writing stuff down in there. I think the two main things we need to think about are kind of what events we need to do, which we already have a lot of ideas about. Also, like, I guess we would need some sort of schedule. And I don't know how you've done scheduling in the past as far as like how the week has flowed.
Yeah.
But that was probably something we need to start thinking about.
I'm writing to Calvin actually right now to see, because they haven't gotten back to me about the disability, what they do, the push week. We usually collaborate with Pike Chapter 5 and kind of go along. We collaborate with them to make it a little bit easier,
Yeah.
so that it has like a little bit more oomph in numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been really great in the past.
So I have that document there. So I'll probably send out this link after the meeting. Just so that people can start writing stuff down in there. And so the next thing I want to talk about is that, so I did the training to become a treasurer officially. So I watched it.
Treasurer and president.
My
President.
My title still stands. This is
President-elect,
we
yeah.
need like an actual treasurer.
Yeah, because the problem is they froze our account, right? So that's why we needed
Yeah,
somebody
and so
to-
I wrote back to Esther saying, because she said, because one thing I hadn't done, and I did this the night before the Bottom Dollars event, I registered it on Duke Groups, and she go, make sure it's registered at least before the event starts. So I did that. She hasn't got back to me and saying, because I can't see your website. Why submit it, but it hadn't been like accepted yet. So let me know if you can find it. And then
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah. So basically, I watched this 34-minute video about
It's
like
ridiculous.
It's
all
so,
of the
it's
yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably all in, like, all for good reasons, but it's just a lot of stuff. So I was thinking the best thing for me to do, given that I'll probably be working on this a lot, is that I meet with someone from UCAE and kind of talk with them about some ideas we've been having, like with the speakers, like what's the best way to pay them? How do we make sure that they can come on campus and like so that we don't get in trouble?
Yeah.
That sort of thing, and like being able to screen speechless and that sort of thing, like getting the copyright rights or whatever we need to do
Oh,
for
wait, was
that.
that an idea?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was gonna see if I was basically planning on calling them tomorrow morning and trying to set up a meeting.
Okay.
For this next week. So.
Yeah. Do you know where they're located, Jay?
I think they're in the Bryant Center.
They are. They're on the. They moved. They're on the Bryant Center, but on the lowest level, the first floor.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it said.
Like by the loop.
Yeah.
Like well, not by the loop, but like it's the elevator that you take by the student store that goes all the way down. Because there are two
Yeah.
elevators,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
one goes down to that level, and the other one goes to like backstage with theater studies. So
Yeah.
don't get them too confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
No, but they're there. They should have an automatic door, but they don't, which very difficult. But yeah, they're there.
Yeah. So, but I'll call them and try to set up something so that I know, so that they know what we're doing and we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell them too if you do see them that, because it's a weekend, so, and I wrote to her, so ask them if like they did end up seeing the request for the
Seeing the request for.
$12.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't tell you, but I've been meeting at 3.
Oh, no, can't go ahead.
But are the YouTube things available post?
Yeah. Yeah. So
meeting? Okay.
the whole Hangout thing is
Yeah.
recorded,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
you can
'cause I
go back and
remember-
watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
yeah, thank you.
See
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Alright, see ya.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So,
And also just a little, this is kind of not obviously a discussion for today since 3 of us who are here won't be here next year, but right? 'Cause, but make sure that you also have people to help you out next year in delegating tasks.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be president and treasurer
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
secretary and
Yeah.
all of these.
like you
Yeah.
need to also figure out who you can trust to be a treasurer.
Yeah,
That's
hopefully Kevin actually, because I was talking to him about how I took the training and everything, and he's like, "Can I be treasurer next year?" So I was like, yeah, sure.
Okay,
So-
great. I just
so I
want to make
think-
sure
So
that.
I
Not
think
putting on
I can
people
definitely
pressure.
talk to him, and he'll probably be playing a big role in the organization.
That's good. Yeah, I know. Probably just being a freshman, like within second semester, I know it's hard to like, balance both things. So yeah, next year if you could help out, that would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Um,
All right. And then so Danielle was going to talk to some people about reserving a space for an exhibit on accessibility, but obviously she is not here today, so we'll just skip over that. And the next thing we'll skip over because Danielle's not here. One other thing is, so we're gonna send out a thank you note. I don't know if that.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't follow up on that. So that was my,
So I was thinking. So would you be able to draft something today and then?
are we sending this to
our panel speakers.
to
Yeah,
Chris's?
this has to do with me getting caught up in a tough time right now. So,
Oh, okay.
We can even just, we have 10 minutes left. Shouldn't take too long to write a thank you note. If we can just
Yeah.
crank it out now.
Yeah.
Save
Yeah,
some,
really.
save
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
extra
Let's do
on
that.
your part.
Let's just do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Shouldn't be that hard.
All right.
Do we want to start a new? Do we want to write it in here, or how do we want
Let's do a new Google Doc so it's clean.
it? Okay.
All right,
Who's?
meeting
Do you want to make one and share it with everybody, or should I make one? Or
I'm already on it. Just share the link.
cool.
We're gonna edit this. Copy link. I'm going to email it to separately. I'm gonna email just the three of you. Actually, okay. And why is it doing it? Okay, it is. And quick question, was it you or have, so I had signed up for DDAD at like the spring activity stuff, which should be this month. They never sent me anything on when the date is. Do you know when the date is?
No, I've been so. No, I don't.
Okay. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, it looks like it's on Valentine's Day.
That is exactly what I thought.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it's the day after our
Okay.
RNC event.
Yeah,
but that's
a
fine.
bummer.
Ugh.
Yeah, spring activities fair. Ooh, it's tough. It's at noon in Penn Pavilion. Looks
I
like
have
it's
class-
9 to 4.
I have class till 11:20, but after that I'm good for
I don't
Tuesday.
have, what was it, class that day, but I can't stay for the whole time.
I can be there for the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have to see it when to schedule this other meeting with UCAE, but it shouldn't be too
Okay.
much of a problem.
I'm pretty sure I signed up. I know I did. I just don't know why they haven't sent me anything.
Is there a link for the activity that I could look at? as well?
What was it?
Is there a link for the
Yeah,
event?
or I can just forward this to you.
Yes, 12 to 4 on the 14th.
So I can definitely be there for the whole thing, and I can see if any of my friends want to just come and help me out.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have class solid on Tuesdays, so
Yeah.
I won't be much of help.
Yeah, I am open. So
Yeah, I'm not free at all during that time. Oh, that sucks.
Thanks, Jesse.
That's all right.
Oh, draft, thank you. Woo-hoo.
Well, I resent it again in case they didn't get it, so. Yeah, just in case. Alright. Alright, so does everyone have this?
I'm just gonna type some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
and I'm just letting it flow.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Your help or your just not participation.
For lending your time and
Yeah.
expertise.
Tease,
With an E.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself.
expertise. Ooh, this is a long sentence. Whatever.
Yeah.
For the screen.
This past
Earlier this
last week,
Few
maybe.
weeks ago.
This past week.
something about that we felt it went really well.
Yeah, we thought your perspectives on this issue on
Like we thought this event generated
yeah.
that we hope will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say something about this coyote. I wanted to say something about community in this. Like we're glad that there was, more like a wider participation.
Yeah.
And that's also important because they are community organizations
Yes.
forming alliances with us.
Yeah.
We think that's very important.
Yeah.
That we hope will continue or that we think will continue.
We are excited.
We are
That we are.
excited. We are excited to
Yeah.
Should we put it on
So
too?
we'd like something like, we'd like to thank you for helping us to reach out to the Durham community.
Should we say the Durham community, the Triangle community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
I keep forgetting.
Maybe something like, when you're looking for partners in the future,
Right, I was just about
like
to say
we hope
that.
you'll think of us, just like
I think
we're
that's
Yeah,
saying
I
for
think
them.
so.
How do we feel about exclamation?
I think so.
The
I think that's
more
good.
enthusiasm, the better.
I'm also gonna put one more thing on the meeting notes.
Do we really need to say on behalf of Duke Disability Alliance if we're signing it? Duke Disability Alliance?
I was just letting it flow. We
Yeah.
can slash, cut,
Flow.
change. That's perfect.
Should we
Also,
address-
I don't know your guys' preference for closers, but regards.
Regards is good.
Yeah.
Who's sending this?
It should be your cookies.
I can do it. I have the emails.
And I would do individual
Oh yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's put our names in there and then follow it with Duke Disability Alliance. 'cause,
Yeah.
I want them to think of your name and when they think of this group.
Is that how you spell your name? Oh. I don't know your last name. Just us?
And the members of the Duke Disability Alliance. Just
would it be cleaner just to do then on behalf of Duke Disability Alliance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's included, then
Yeah.
it's nice. Great.
Awesome.
Is it frozen on my end or?
No, it was.
Oh,
It's
no.
working now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's good.
Check that out.
That was easy.
Thank you all. Curtis, did you say that you would send it out to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll send
I'm
it.
fine. I'm just having a rough month, that's all.
I understand. Sorry.
Good.
And then I guess if you wouldn't mind CCing the rest of us as well, that way our emails are
Oh,
on
no,
there
yeah.
in some way.
So Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
And then also I added one more thing. It's under the time that said skipped the other items.
Yeah.
Sign up for Storyteller Fellowship. I have been circulating that around the Facebook page.
That looks like a really cool opportunity.
Yeah. It's through Rooted in Rights and AAPD.
What's the time frame for that?
Deadline is March 15th.
And then like the fellowship itself,
It's a
like
6-month fellowship, but it's a remote fellowship, so you would start it's only for people with disabilities, and then you would start in June. You do a 1-week training with AAPD on like the disability rights movement and all that stuff in DC, and then you would train like remotely on how to use video equipment with like Jordan, and now you'll be looking at me. I would be the boat boss. So, cool. Yeah. So it's basically kind of like what I've been doing, or just like what the people I work with, but it's a more an in-depth like training, and also it's for people who also not just for people who just want to learn about filming and disability rights, like how to express themselves, but it's also for an opportunity for them to get on screen and for them to learn behind the scenes camera work for if they want to go into media later on. So it's supposed to also get in touch, just during the process you get in touch with other, media groups, whether they're disability related or not. So it's a kind of a way to open doors.
Did you happen to, is this something that Dave Wickstrom's group would know about already? Because I feel like their employees or their contacts would be excited about it too.
Yeah, I emailed him but he's still out of the office.
That's right,
Katie.
he's traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Jay, if you could stay back and I'll show you how to reserve a room. And then can you still do the interview afterwards?
yeah, I'm good until like 4:30. So
Okay, cool. That's enough time. That's enough time for me.
all right, so I will stop the hangout.
So,
Okay.
and
Thanks
I'll-
everybody who's watching. I don't know. We can't really tell exactly who is there, but thank you
Yeah.
for helping.